Cyrano de Bergerac, a play in 5 acts, by Edmond Rostand, translated by Gladys Thomas and Mary F. Gilmer. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Dramatis personae. Cyrano de Bergerac.
Read by Adam.
Christian de Neuvillet.
Read by Charlotte Duckett.
Comte de Guiche.
Read by Alan Mapstone.
Ragueneau.
Read by Libby Gone.
Libre.
Read by Algie Pug.
Carbon de Castelgelou.
Read by Todd.
First Cadet.
Read by Denny Sayers.
D'Artagnan.
Read by Denny Sayers.
Second Cadet.
Read by Elizabeth Klatt.
Ligniere.
Read by Elizabeth Klatt.
Third Cadet.
Recording by Michelle Fry.
Duvalver.
Read by Michelle Fry.
First Gascon.
Read by Ellie Cat.
Jodelet.
Read by Ellie Cat.
Second Gascon.
Read by Michelle Eaton.
Bellerose.
Read by Michelle Eaton.
First Marquis.
Read by Kay Hand.
The Apprentice.
Read by Kay Hand.
Montfleury.
Read by Beniamino Massimo.
First Pastry Cook.
Read by Beniamino Massimo.
Cuigi.
Read by Arnaldo Machado.
A Spanish officer.
Read by Arnaldo Machado.
Brisaillet.
Read by Christine G.
The Sentinel.
Read by Christine G.
The Doorkeeper.
Read by Caleb Kuster. First Poet. Read by Caleb Kuster.
First Lackey.
Read by Algie Pug. Second Poet. Read by Algie Pug.
Second Lackey.
Read by Algie Pug. Third Poet. Read by Algie Pug.
The Boar.
Read by Peter Makus. Fourth Poet. Read by Peter Makus.
The Musketeer.
Read by Ian King. The Young Man. Read by Ian King.
The Porter.
Read by Patrick Eaton.
Second Pastry Cook.
Read by Patrick Eaton.
The Burger.
Read by Rick F.
The Pickpocket.
Read by David Olson. Fifth Poet. Read by David Olson.
A Spectator.
Read by Abai.
A Guardsman.
Read by Shelley Stephen.
Friar. Read by John Trevithick.
Gazetteer.
Read by John Trevithick.
Third Pastry Cook.
By Mary Kay.
First Page.
By Mary Kay.
Fourth Pastry Cook.
Read by Lydia.
Second Page.
Read by Lydia.
Fifth Pastry Cook.
Read by Anna Simon.
Third Page.
Read by Anna Simon.
Roxane.
Read by Elizabeth Barr.
Sister Martha.
Read by Grace Garrett.
First Actress.
Read by Grace Garrett.
Lise. Read by Amanda Friday.
Sister Claire.
Read by Amanda Friday.
Second Actress.
Read by Amanda Friday.
The Buffet Girl.
Read by Ellie Cat.
First Child.
Read by Ellie Cat.
Mother Marguerite.
Read by Elizabeth Klatt.
The Duenna.
Read by Elizabeth Klatt.
Third Actress.
Read by Sweet Pea.
First Sister.
Read by Sweet Pea.
The Shop Girl.
Read by Anastasia Saloha.
Second Child.
Read by Anastasia Saloha.
A Man.
Read by Jared Korth.
First Trooper.
Read by Norman Elford.
Second Trooper.
Read by Rapunzelina.
A Lady.
Read by Capricia Page.
Second Sister.
Read by Capricia Page.
The Cook.
Read by Sarah and Gracia Partial. First Violin. Read by Sarah and Gracia Partial.
Narrated by Lambda. End of Dramatis Personae. Act 1 of Cyrano de Bergerac. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Cyrano de Bergerac, a play in 5 acts, by Edmond Rostand, translated by Gladys Thomas and Mary F. Gilmer. Act 1. A representation at the Hotel de Bourgogne. A hall of the Hotel de Bourgogne in 1640. A sort of tennis court arranged and decorated for a theatrical performance. The hall is oblong and seen obliquely, so that one of its sides forms a back of the right foreground, and meeting the left background makes an angle with the stage, which is partly visible. On both sides of the stage are benches. A curtain is composed of two tapestries which can be drawn aside. Above a harlequin's mantle are the royal arms. There are broad steps from the stage to the hall. On either side of these steps are the places for the violinists, footlights. Two rows, one over the other, of side galleries, the highest divided into boxes. No seats in the pit of the hall, which is the real stage of the theatre. At the back of the pit, i.e., on the right foreground, some benches forming steps, and underneath, a staircase which leads to the upper seats. An improvised buffet ornamented with little lustres, vases, glasses, plates of tarts, cakes, bottles, etc. The entrance to the theatre is in the centre of the background under the gallery of the boxes. A large door, half open, to let in the spectators. On the panel of this door, in different corners, and over the buffet, red placards bearing the words La Chloris. At the rising of the curtain, the hall is in semi-darkness and still empty. The lustres are lowered in the middle of the pit, ready to be lighted. Scene 1. The public arriving by degrees. Troopers, burghers, lackeys, pages, a pickpocket, the doorkeeper, etc. Followed by the marquises, cuisses, briseis, the buffet girl, the violinists, etc. A confusion of loud voices is heard outside the door. A trooper enters hastily. The doorkeeper, following him,
Hello, you there, your money.
I enter gratis.
Why?
Why? I am of the king's household cavalry. Faith.
To another trooper who enters,
And you?
I pay nothing.
How so?
I am a musketeer.
The play will not begin till 2. The pit is empty. Come, about with the foils to pass the time.
They fence with the foils they have brought. First lackey, entering.
Psst! Flanquin!
Second lackey, already there.
Champagne?
Showing him cards and dice which he takes from his doublet.
See, here be cards and dice.
He seats himself on the floor.
Let's play.
Doing the same.
Good. I am with you, villain.
Taking from his pocket a candle end, which he lights and sticks on the floor.
I made free to provide myself with light at my master's expense.
A guardsman to a shop girl who advances.
'Twas prettily done to come before the lights were lit.
He takes her round the waist. Second trooper, receiving a thrust.
A hit.
Clubs.
Following the girl.
A kiss.
The shop girl, struggling to free herself.
They are looking.
Drawing her to a dark corner.
No fear, no one can see.
A man sitting on the ground with others who have brought their provisions.
By coming early, one can eat in comfort.
The burgher, conducting his son.
Let us sit here, son.
Triple ace.
Taking a bottle from under his cloak and also seating himself on the floor.
A tippler may well quaff his burgundy.
He drinks.
In the Burgundy Hotel.
To his son.
Faith, a man might think he had fallen in a bad house here.
He points with his cane to the drunkard.
What with topers?
One of the fencers in breaking off jostles him.
Brawlers?
He stumbles into the midst of the card players.
Gamblers?
The guardsman, behind him, still teasing the shop girl.
Come, one kiss.
Hurriedly pulling his son away.
By all the holies. And this, my boy, is the theatre where they played Rotrue erewhile.
Aye, and Cornelie?
First page, second page, third page, hand in hand, enter dancing the farandole and singing. The doorkeeper sternly to the pages.
You pages there, none of your tricks.
Oh, sir, such a suspicion.
Briskly to the second page, the moment the doorkeeper's back is turned.
Have you string?
Aye, and a fish hook with it.
We can angle for wigs then, up there in the gallery.
The pickpocket, gathering about him some evil-looking youths.
Hark ye, young cutpurses, lend an ear, while I give you your first lesson in thieving.
Second page, calling up to the others in the top galleries.
You there, have you any pea shooters?
Third page, from above.
Aye, have we, and peas withal.
He blows and peppers them with peas. The young man to his father.
What peace do they give us?
Clarice.
Who may the author be?
Master Balthazar Barrow. It is a play.
He goes arm in arm with his son, the pickpocket, to his pupils.
Have a care, above all, of the lace knee ruffles. Cut them off.
A spectator to another, showing him a corner in the gallery.
I was up there the first night of the Cid.
Making with his fingers the gesture of filching.
Thus 4 watches.
Coming down again with his son.
Ah, you shall presently see some renowned actors.
Making the gestures of one who pulls something stealthily with little jerks.
Thus 4 handkerchiefs.
Montfleury.
Shouting from the upper gallery.
Light up, below there.
Bellerose, Lepay, La Beaupre, Jodelet.
Third page, in the pit.
Here comes the buffet girl.
The buffet girl taking her place behind the buffet.
Oranges, milk, raspberry water, cedar bitters.
A hubbub outside the door is heard. First Marquis.
Make place, brutes.
First lackey, astonished.
The Marquises? In the pit? Oh, only for a minute or so.
Enter a band of young marquises. First Marquis, seeing that the hall is half empty.
What now? So we make our entrance like a pack of woolen drapers, peaceably, without disturbing the folk or treading on their toes. Oh, fie, fie.
Recognizing some other gentlemen who have entered a little before him.
Quiggy, Brisailly.
Greetings and embraces.
True to our word. Troth, we are here before the candles are lit.
Ay, indeed. Enough. I am of an ill humour.
Nay, nay, Marquis. See, for your consolation, they are coming to light up.
Welcoming the entrance of the lighter. They form in groups round the lustres as they are lit. Some people have taken their seats in the galleries. Ligniere, a distinguished-looking roux, with disordered shirt front, arm in arm with Christian the Nouvelette. Christian, who is dressed elegantly, but rather behind the fashion, seems preoccupied and keeps looking at the boxes. Scene 2. The same. Christian, Ligniere, then Dragonou and Libre.
Ligniere.
Not drunk as yet?
Aside to Christian.
I may introduce you?
Christian nods in assent.
Baron de Neuvillette.
Bows, applauding as the first lustre is lighted and drawn up. Cuije to Brisaillet, looking at Christian.
'Tis a pretty fellow.
First Marquis, who has overheard.
Pooh.
Ligniere introducing them to Christian.
My lords de Quiggy, de Brisaillet.
Christian bowing.
Delighted.
First Marquis to second.
He is not ill to look at, but certes he is not costumed in the latest mode.
Ligniere to Cuije.
This gentleman comes from Touraine.
Yes, I have scarce been 20 days in Paris. Tomorrow I join the guards in the cadets.
Watching the people who are coming into the boxes.
There is the wife of the Chief Justice. Oranges, milk.
First violin tuning up. Cuije to Christian, pointing to the hall, which is filling fast.
'Tis crowded.
Yes, indeed.
All the great world.
They recognize and name the different elegantly dressed ladies who enter the boxes, bowing low to them. The ladies send smiles in answer.
Madame de Guilleminot.
Madame de Bois Dauphin.
Adored by us all.
Madame de Chavigny.
Who sports with our poor hearts.
Ah, so Monsieur de Cornay has come back from Rouen.
The young man to his father.
Is the Academy here?
Oh, I see several of them. There is Baudu, Voissat, and Curo de la Chambre, Poincaré, Colombi, Bourget, Bourdon, Arbode. All names that will live. 'Tis fine.
Attention! Here come our Precieuici, Barthénois, Eurymedonte, Casadans, Felixiere.
Ah, how exquisite their fancy names are. Do you know them all, Marquis?
Aye, Marquis, I do. Every one.
Drawing Christian aside.
Friend, I but came here to give you pleasure. The lady comes not. I will betake me again to my pet vice.
No, you, who are a ballad maker to court and city alike, can tell me better than any who the lady is for whom I die of love. Stay yet a while.
Striking his bow on the desk.
Gentlemen violinists,
He raises his bow.
Macaroons, lemon drink.
The violins begin to play.
Ah, I fear me she is coquettish and over-nice and fastidious. I, who am so poor of wit, how dare I speak to her, how address her? This language they speak today, I, and right, confounds me. I am but an honest soldier and timid withal. She has ever her place there, on the right. The empty box, see you.
Ligniere, making as if to go.
I must go.
Detaining him.
Nay, stay.
I cannot. Thus you see waits me at the tavern, and here one dies of thirst.
The buffet girl, passing before him with a tray.
Orange drink?
Ugh.
Milk?
Pah!
Rive salt?
Stay.
To Christian.
I will remain a while. Let me taste this rive salt.
He sits by the buffet. The girl pours some out for him. At the entrance of a plump little man, joyously excited.
Ah, Ragueneau!
To Christian.
'Tis the famous tavern keeper, Ragueneau.
Ragueneau, dressed in the Sunday clothes of a pastry cook, going up quickly to Ligniere.
Sir, have you seen Monsieur de Cyrano?
Introducing him to Christian.
The pastry cook of the actors and the poets.
Overcome.
You do me too great honour.
Nay, hold your peace, Messinas that you are.
True, these gentlemen employ me.
On credit. He is himself a poet of a pretty talent.
So they tell me.
Mad after poetry.
'Tis true that. For a little ode.
You give a tart.
Oh, a tartlet.
Brave fellow. He would fain excuse himself. And for a triolet now, did you not give in exchange?
Some little rolls.
Severely.
They were milk rolls. And as for the theatre, which you love?
Oh, to distraction.
How pay you your tickets, huh? With cakes. Your place tonight. Come, tell me in my ear, what did it cost you?
4 custards and 15 cream puffs.
He looks around on all sides.
Monsieur de Cyrano is not here. 'Tis strange.
Why so?
Montfleury plays.
Aye, 'tis true that old wine-barrel is to take Phaedon's part tonight. But what matter is that to Cyrano?
How? Know you not? He has got a hot hate for Montfleury, and so has forbid him strictly to show his face on the stage for 1 whole month.
Drinking his 4th glass.
Well?
Montfleury will play.
He cannot hinder that.
Oh, that I have come to see.
Who is this Cyrano?
A fellow well skilled in all tricks of fence.
Is he of noble birth?
Aye, noble enough. He's a cadet in the guards.
Pointing to a gentleman who is going up and down the hall as if searching for someone.
It is his friend Lebret yonder, who can best tell you.
He calls him.
Lebret.
Lebret comes towards them.
Seek you for the Bergerac?
Aye, I am uneasy.
Is it not true that he is the strangest of men?
True, that he is the choicest of earthly beings.
Poet.
Soldier.
Philosopher.
Musician.
And of how fantastic a presence.
Marriage would puzzle even our grim painter, Philippe de Campagne, to portray him. Methinks, whimsical, wild, comical as he is, only Jacques Callot, now dead and gone, had succeeded better, and had made of him the maddest fighter of all his visored crew, with his triple-plumed beaver and 6-pointed doublet, the sword-point sticking up neath his mantle like an insolent cocktail. He's prouder than all the fierce artabans of whom Gascony has ever been and will ever be the prolific alma mater. Above his Toby ruff he carries a nose. Ah, good my lords, what a nose is his! When one sees it, one is fain to cry aloud, "Nay, 'tis too much, he plays a joke on us." Then one laughs, says, "He will anon take it off." But no, Monsieur de Bergerac always keeps it on.
Throwing back his head,
he keeps it on, and cleaves in two any man who dares remark on it.
His sword, 'tis 1/2 of the Fates' shears.
Shrugging his shoulders,
he will not come.
I say he will, and I wager a fowl, à la Ragueneau.
Good.
Murmurs of admiration in hall. Roxane has just appeared in her box. She seats herself in the front, the duenna at the back. Christian, who is paying the buffet girl, does not see her entrance.
Ah, gentlemen, she is fearfully, terribly ravishing.
When one looks at her, one thinks of a peach smiling at a strawberry.
And what freshness! A man approaching her too near might chance to get a bad chill at the heart.
Raising his head, sees Roxane and catches Ligniere by the arm.
'Tis she.
Ah, is it she?
Aye. Tell me quick, I am afraid.
Tasting his river salte in sips.
Magdalene Robin. Roxane, so called. A subtle wit, a précieuse.
Woe is me.
Free? An orphan? The cousin of Cyrano, of whom we were now speaking.
At this moment, an elegant nobleman, with blue ribbon across his breast, enters the box, and talks with Roxane standing.
Who is yonder man?
Who has become tipsy, winking at him.
Aha, Comte de Guiche, enamoured of her, but wedded to the niece of Armand de Richelieu. Would fain marry Roxane to a certain sorry fellow, one Monsieur de Valvert, a viscount and accommodating. She will none of that bargain, but de Guiche is powerful and can persecute the daughter of a plain untitled gentleman. More by token I myself have exposed this cunning plan of his to the world in a song which, he must rage at me. The end hit home. Listen!
He gets up staggering, and raises his glass, ready to sing.
No. Good night.
Where go you?
To Monsieur de Valvet.
Have a care. It is he who will kill you.
Showing him Roxane by a look.
Stay where you are. She is looking at you.
It is true.
He stands looking at her. The group of pickpockets, seeing him thus, head in air and open-mouthed, draw near to him.
'Tis I who am going. I am athirst, and they expect me in the taverns.
He goes out reeling. Lebre, who has been all round the hall, coming back to Ragueneau reassured.
No sign of Cyrano.
All the same.
A hope is left to me that he has not seen the playbill.
Begin! Scene 3. The same. All but Ligniere, De Guiche, Valver, then Montfleury. First Marquis, watching De Guiche, who comes down from Roxane's box, and crosses the pit surrounded by obsequious noblemen, among them the Viscount de Valver.
He pays a fine court, your De Guiche.
Another Gascon.
Aye, but the cold, supple Gascon, that is the stuff success is made of. Believe me, we had best make our bow to him.
They go toward De Guiche.
What fine ribbons! How call you the colour, Count de Guiche? Kiss me, my darling, or timid fawn.
'Tis the colour called sick Spaniard.
Faith, the colour speaks truth, for thanks to your valour, things will soon go ill for Spain and Flanders.
I go on the stage. Will you come?
He goes toward the stage, followed by the marquises and gentlemen. Turning, he calls.
Come you, Valvert.
Christian, who is watching and listening, starts on hearing this name.
The Viscount. Ah, I will throw full in his face my...
He puts his hand in his pocket and finds there the hand of a pickpocket who is about to rob him. He turns round.
Hey!
Oh!
Holding him tightly.
I was looking for a glove.
Smiling piteously.
And you find a hand.
Changing his tone quickly and in a whisper.
Let me but go, and I will deliver you a secret.
Still holding him.
What is it?
Ligniere, he who has just left you.
Same play.
Well?
His life is in peril. A song writ by him has given offence in high places, and 100 men, I am of them, are posted tonight.
100 men? By whom posted?
I may not say. A secret.
Shrugging his shoulders.
Oh.
With great dignity.
Of the profession.
Where are they posted?
At the Porte de Nesle, on his way homeward. Warn him.
Letting go of his wrists.
But where can I find him?
Run round to all the taverns, the Golden Wine Press, the Pine Cone, the Belt that Bursts, the Two Torches, the Three Funnels, and at each leave a word that shall put him on his guard.
Good. I fly. Ah, the scoundrels, 100 men against one.
Looking lovingly at Roxane.
Ah, to leave her.
Looking with rage at Valver.
And him. But save Ligniere I must.
He hurries out. De Guiche, the Viscount, the Marquises, have all disappeared behind the curtain to take their places on the benches placed on the stage. The pit is quite full. The galleries and the boxes are also crowded. Begin! The burgher, whose wig is drawn up on the end of a string by a page in the upper gallery.
My wig!
He is bald!
Bravo, pages! Ha ha ha!
Furious, shaking his fist.
Young villain!
Total silence.
What means this sudden silence?
A spectator says something to him in a low voice.
Is't true?
I have just heard it on good authority.
Murmurs spreading through the hall.
Hush!
Is it here?
No.
I say.
In the box with the bars in front.
The cardinal.
The cardinal.
The cardinal.
The devil! We shall have to behave ourselves.
A knock is heard upon the stage. Everyone is motionless. A pause. Guiche, in the silence behind the curtain,
Snuff that candle.
putting his head through the opening in the curtain.
A chair.
A chair is passed from hand to hand over the heads of the spectators. The Marquis takes it and disappears, after blowing some kisses to the boxes.
Silence!
3 knocks are heard on the stage. The curtain opens in the center tableau. The Marquises, in insolent attitudes, seated on each side of the stage. The scene represents a pastoral landscape. 4 little lustres light the stage. The violins play softly, libre, in a low voice to Ragueneau.
Montfleury comes on the scene.
Aye, 'tis he who begins.
Cyrano is not here.
I have lost my wager.
'Tis all the better.
An air on the drone pipes is heard, and Montfleury enters, enormously stout, in an Arcadian shepherd's dress, a hat wreathed with roses drooping over one ear, blowing into a ribbon drone pipe, applauding.
Bravo,
Montfleury!
Montfleury!
Montfleury, after bowing low, begins the part of Fédon.
Heureux qui, loin des cours, dans un lieu solitaire, se prescrit à soi-même un exil volontaire, et qui, lorsque Zéphyr a soufflé sur les bois,
Cyrano, from the middle of the pit.
Villain, did I not forbid you to show your face here for a month?
General stupor. Everyone turns round, murmurs.
Hey! What?
What is't?
The people stand up in the boxes to look.
Tis he.
Cyrano!
King of clowns, leave the stage this instant.
Oh!
But
do you dare defy me?
Different voices from the pit and the boxes.
Peace.
Enough.
Play on, Montefleury. Fear nothing.
In a trembling voice.
heureux qui, loin des cours, dans un lieu
More fiercely.
Well, chief of all the blackguards, must I come and give you a taste of my cane?
A hand holding a cane starts up over the heads of the spectators, in a voice that trembles more and more.
heureux qui...
The cane is shaken.
Off the stage.
Oh!
Choking.
heureux qui, loin des cours,
Cyrano, appearing suddenly in the pit, standing on a chair, his arms crossed, his beaver cocked fiercely, his moustache bristling, his nose terrible to see.
Ah, I shall be angry in a minute.
Sensation. Scene 4. The same. Cyrano, then Bellerose, Jodelet. Montfleury to the Marquises.
Come to my help, my lords.
Carelessly.
Go on, go on.
Fat man, take warning. If you go on, I shall feel myself constrained to cuff your face.
Have done?
And if these lords hold not their tongue, shall feel constrained to make them taste my cane.
Rising.
Enough, Montfleury.
If he goes not quick, I will cut off his ears and slit him up.
But...
Out he goes.
Yet?
Is he not gone yet?
He makes the gesture of turning up his cuffs.
Good. I shall mount the stage now, buffet-wise, to carve this fine Italian sausage thus.
Trying to be dignified.
You outrage Thalia in insulting me.
Very politely.
If that muse, sir, who knows you not at all, could claim acquaintance with you, oh believe, seeing how urn-like, fat, and slow you are, that she would make you taste her buskin's soul.
Montfleury!
Come, Barrow's play.
To those who are calling out,
I pray you have a care. If you go on, my scabbard soon will render up its blade.
the circle round him widens. Drawing back.
Take care.
Cyrano to Montfleury.
Leave the stage.
Coming near and grumbling.
Oh!
Did someone speak?
They draw back again. First lackey, singing at the back.
Monsieur de Cyrano displays his tyrannies. The pig for tyrants, what ho! Come, play us La Clarice.
La Clarice! La Clarice!
Let me but hear once more that foolish rhyme, I slaughter every man of you.
Oh, Samson!
Yes, Samson. Will you lend your jawbone, sir?
A lady in the boxes.
Outrageous!
Scandalous!
'Tis most annoying.
Fair good sport.
Cyrano!
Silence! I order silence all, and challenge the whole pit collectively. I write your names. Approach, young heroes, here, each in his turn. I cry the numbers out. Now which of you will come to ope the lists? You, sir? No. You? No. The first duelist shall be dispatched by me with honors due. Let all who long for death hold up their hands.
A silence.
Modest? You fear to see my naked blade? Not one name? Not one hand? Good. I proceed.
Turning toward the stage, where Montfleury waits in an agony.
The theatre's too full, congested. I would clear it out. If not,
puts his hand on his sword.
The knife must act.
Cyrano leaves his chair and settles himself in the middle of the circle which has formed.
I will clap my hands thrice, thus. Full moon. At the third clap, eclipse yourself.
Clapping his hands.
1.
A lady in the boxes.
Stay.
Stays.
I think, gentlemen.
2.
I think 'twere wisest.
3.
Montfleury disappears as through a trap. Tempest of laughs, whistling cries, etc.
Coward, come back!
Cyrano, delighted, sits back in his chair, arms crossed.
Come back, and if you dare.
Call for the orator.
Bellerose comes forward and bows.
Here is
Bellerose.
My noble lords.
No. Advancing, speaking through his nose.
Calves.
Bravo!
Good, go on.
Go on.
No bravos, sirs. The fat tragedian whom you all love, felt,
Coward!
was obliged to go.
Come back!
No!
Yes!
The young man to Cyrano.
But pray, sir, for what reason? Say, hate you, Montfleury?
Graciously, still seated.
Youthful gander, no. I have 2 reasons. Either will suffice. Primo, an actor villainous, who mouths and heaves up like a bucket from a well the verses that should bird-like fly. Secundo, that is my secret.
The burgher behind him.
Shameful, you deprive us of the Clarice. I must insist.
Turning his chair toward the burgher, respectfully.
Old mule, the verses of old Barrow are not worth a doit. I'm glad to interrupt.
A lady in the boxes.
Barrow, my dear, how dares he venture?
Turning his chair toward the boxes gallantly.
Fairest ones, radiate bloom, hold to our lips the cup of dreams intoxicating, Hebe-like, or when death strikes, charm death with your sweet smiles, inspire our verse, but criticize it not.
We must give back the entrance fees.
Turning his chair toward the stage.
Bergerac, you make the first intelligent remark. Would I rend Thespia's sacred mantle? Nay.
He rises and throws a bag on the stage.
Catch then the purse I throw, and hold your peace.
Catching the purse dexterously and weighing it.
At this price, you've authority to come each night and stop Clarice, sir.
Ho, 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 ho!
Even if you chase us in a pack.
Clear out the hall.
Get you all gone at once.
The people begin to go out, while Cyrano looks on with satisfaction. But the crowd soon stop on hearing the following scene, and remain where they are. The women, who with their mantles on, are already standing up in the boxes, stop to listen and finally reseat themselves. Libre to Cyrano.
'Tis mad.
The boar, coming up to Cyrano.
The actor Montfleury. 'Tis shameful. Why, he's protected by the Duke of Condal. Have you a patron?
No.
No patron?
None.
What? No great lord to shield you with his name?
No, I have told you twice. Must I repeat? No, no protector.
His hand on his sword.
A protectress. Here.
But you must leave the town.
Well, that depends.
The Duke has a long arm.
But not so long as mine, when it is lengthened out.
Shows his sword.
As thus.
You think not to contend?
'Tis my idea.
But.
Show your heels, now.
But I.
Or tell me why you stare so at my nose.
Staggered.
I.
Walking straight up to him.
Well, what is there strange?
Drawing back.
Your grace mistakes.
How now? Is it soft and dangling, like a trunk?
Same play.
I never.
Is it crooked, like an owl's beak?
I.
Do you see a wart upon the tip?
Nay.
Or a fly that takes the air there? What is there to stare at?
Oh.
What do you see?
But I was careful not to look. Knew better.
And why not look at it, and if you please?
I was.
Oh, it disgusts you.
Sir.
Its hue unwholesome seems to you.
Sir.
Or its shape.
No, on the contrary.
Why then that air disparaging? Perchance you think it large?
Stammering.
No, small, quite small. Minute?
Minute? What now? Accuse me of a thing ridiculous? Small, my nose?
Heaven help me!
'Tis enormous. Old flathead, empty-headed meddler, know that I am proud possessing such appendix. 'Tis well known a big nose is indicative of a soul affable and kind and courteous, liberal, brave, just like myself, and such as you could never dare to dream yourself, rascal contemptible. For that witless face that my hand soon will come to cuff is all as empty.
He cuffs him.
I.
Of pride, of aspiration, of feeling, poetry, of godlike spark, of all that appertains to my big nose.
He turns him by the shoulders, suiting the action to the word.
As what my boot will shortly come and kick.
Running away.
Help! Call the guard!
Take notice, boobies all, who find my visage's centre ornament a thing to jest at, that it is my wont, and if the jester's noble, ere we part, to let him taste my steel, and not my boot.
De Guiche, who with the Marquises has come down from the stage.
But he becomes a nuisance.
The Viscount de Valver, shrugging his shoulders.
Swaggerer.
Will no one put him down?
No one? But wait. I'll treat him to one of my quips. See here.
He goes up to Cyrano, who is watching him, and with a conceited air.
Sir, your nose is, it is very big.
Very.
Ha!
Is that all?
What do you mean?
Ah, no, young blade. That was a trifle short. You might have said at least 100 things, by varying the tone, like this. Suppose... Aggressive. Sir, if I had such a nose, I'd amputate it. Friendly. When you sup, it must annoy you dipping in your cup. You need a drinking bowl of special shape. Descriptive. 'Tis a rock, a peak, a cape forsooth. 'Tis a peninsular. Curious. How serves that oblong capsular? For scissor sheath? Or pot to hold your ink? Gracious. You love the little birds, I think. I see you've managed with a fond research to find their tiny claws a roomy perch. Truculent. When you smoke your pipe, suppose that the tobacco smoke spouts from your nose. Do not the neighbors, as the fumes rise higher, cry terror-struck, the chimney is afire? Consider it. Take care, your head bowed low by such a weight, lest head or heels you go. Tender. Pray get a small umbrella made, lest its bright color in the sun should fade. Pedantic. That beast Aristophanes names Hippocamel elephantiles must have possessed just such a solid lump of flesh and bone beneath his forehead's bump. Cavalier. The last fashion, friend, that hook to hang your hat on, 'tis a useful crook. Emphatic. No wind, O majestic nose, can give thee cold, save when the mistral blows. Dramatic, when it bleeds what a Red Sea. Admiring, sign for perfumery. Lyric, is this a conch, a triton you? Simple, when is the monument on view? Rustic, that thing a nose? Marry, come up, 'tis a dwarf pumpkin or a prize turnip. Military, point against cavalry. Practical, put it in a lottery. Assuredly 'twould be the biggest prize. Or parodying Pyramus's size, behold the nose that mars the harmony of its master's phiz, blushing its treachery. Such, my dear sir, is what you might have said, had you of wit or letters the least jot. But, O most lamentable man, of wit you never had an atom, and of letters you have 3 letters only. They spell ASS, ass. And had you had the necessary wit to serve me all the pleasantries I quote before this noble audience, in so you would not have been let to utter one. Nay, not the half or quarter of such jest. I take them from myself, all in good part, but not from any other man that breathes.
Trying to draw away the dismayed Viscount.
Come away, Vicomte.
Choking with rage.
Hear his arrogance. A country lout who has got no gloves, who goes out without sleeve knots, ribbons, lace.
True, all my elegances are within. I do not prank myself out, puppy-like. My toilet is more thorough if less gay. I would not sally forth, half washed out a front upon my cheek, a conscience, yellow-eyed, bilious from its sodden sleep, a ruffled honour, scruples grimed and dull. I show no bravery of shining gems. Truth, independence are my fluttering plumes. 'Tis not my form I lace to make me slim, but brace my soul with efforts as with stays, covered with exploits, not with ribbon knots. My spirit, bristling high like your mustaches, I, traversing the crowds and chattering groups, make truth ring bravely out like clash of spurs.
But, sir,
I wear no gloves, and what of that? I had one, remnant of an old worn pair, and knowing not what else to do with it, I threw it in the face of some young fool.
base scoundrel, rascally flat-footed lout.
Taking off his hat and bowing as if the Viscount had introduced himself.
Ah, and I, Cyrano de Bergerac.
Laughter.
Buffoon!
Calling out as if he had been seized with a cramp.
I.
Who was going away, turns back.
What on earth is the fellow saying now?
With grimaces of pain.
It must be moved. It's getting stiff, I vow. This comes of leaving it in idleness.
What ails you?
The cramp in my sword.
Drawing a sword.
Good.
You shall feel a charming little stroke.
Contemptuously.
Poet.
Aye, poet, sir. In proof of which, while we fence, presto, all extempore, I will compose a ballad.
A ballad?
Belike you know not what a ballad is.
But...
Reciting as if repeating a lesson.
Know, then, that the ballad should contain 3 8-versed couplets.
Stamping.
Oh.
Still reciting.
And an envoi of 4 lines.
You.
I'll make one while we fight, and touch you at the final line.
No.
No?
Declaiming.
The duel in Hotel of Burgundy, fought by De Bergerac and a good for naught.
What may that be, and if you please?
The title.
Give room. Good sport.
Make place. Fair play.
No noise.
Table. A circle of curious spectators in the pit. The marquises and officers mingled with the common people. The pages climbing on each other's shoulders to see better. All the women standing up in the boxes. To the right, De Guiche and his retinue. Left, Libre, Ragano, Cyrano, etc., shutting his eyes for a second.
Wait while I choose my rhymes. I have them now.
He suits the action to each word.
I gaily doff my beaver low, and freeing hand and heel, my heavy mantle off I throw, and I draw my polished steel. Graceful as Phoebus, round I wheel, alert as Scaramouche. A word in your ear, Sir Spark, I steal. At the envoi's end I touch.
They engage.
Better for you had you lain low. Where skewer my cock? In the heel? In the heart, your ribbon blue below. In the hip, and make you kneel. Oh, for the music of clashing steel! What now? A hit? Not much. 'Twill be in the paunch, the stroke I steal, when at the envoi I touch. Oh, for a rhyme, and oh, you wriggle, starch white, my eel. A rhyme, the white feather you show. Tack, I parry the point of your steel. The point you hope to make me feel. I open the line, now clutch. Your spit, Sir Scullion, slow your zeal. At the envoi's end I touch.
He declaims solemnly.
Envoi! Prince, pray heaven for your soul's weal. I move apace, lo, such and such. Cut over, faint?
Thrusting.
What ho, you reel?
The Viscount staggers. Cyrano salutes.
At the envoi's end I touch.
Acclamations. Applause in the boxes. Flowers and handkerchiefs are thrown down. The officers surround Cyrano, congratulating him. Ragueneau dances for joy. Libre is happy, but anxious. The Viscount's friends hold him up and bear him away.
Ah! 'Tis superb!
A pretty stroke!
A marvel!
A novelty!
Oh, madman!
Presses round Cyrano, chorus of
Compliments!
Bravo! Let me congratulate.
Quite unsurpassed.
There is a hero for you.
Advancing to Cyrano with outstretched hand.
Sir, permit. Naught could be finer. I'm a judge, I think. I stamped, i'faith, to show my admiration.
He goes away. To Guiche.
Who is that gentleman?
Why, D'Artagnan.
To Cyrano, taking his arm.
A word with you.
Wait, let the rabble go.
To Bellerose.
May I stay?
Respectfully.
Without doubt.
Cries are heard outside. Jodelet, who has looked out.
They hoot Montfleury.
Solemnly.
Sic transit.
To the porters.
Sweep, close all, but leave the lights. We sup, but later on we must return for a rehearsal of tomorrow's farce.
Jodelet and Bellerose go out, bowing low to Cyrano. The porter to Cyrano.
You do not dine, sir?
No.
The porter goes out.
Because?
Proudly.
Because?
Changing his tone as the porter goes away.
I have no money.
With the action of throwing a bag.
How? The bag of crowns?
Paternal bounty. In a day thou'rt sped.
How live the next month?
I have nothing left.
Folly.
But what a graceful action! Think.
The buffet girl, coughing, behind her counter. Cyrano and Libre turn. She comes timidly forward.
Sir, my heart mislikes to know you fast.
Showing the buffet.
See, all you need. Serve yourself.
Taking off his hat.
Gentle child, although my Gascon pride would else forbid to take the least bestowal from your hands, my fear of wounding you outweighs that pride, and bids accept.
He goes to the buffet.
A trifle, these few grapes.
She offers him the whole bunch. He takes a few.
Nay, but this bunch.
She tries to give him wine, but he stops her.
A glass of water fair, and half a macaroon.
He gives back the other half.
What foolery!
Take something else.
I take your hand to kiss.
He kisses her hand as though she were a princess.
Thank you, kind sir.
She curtsies.
Good night.
She goes out. Scene 5. Cyrano, Libre.
Now talk. I listen.
He stands at the buffet and placing before him first the macaron,
Dinner.
then the grapes,
Dessert.
then the glass of water.
Wine.
He seats himself.
So, and now to table. Ah, I was hungry, friend. Nay, ravenous.
Eating.
You said?
These fops, would-be belligerent, Well, if you heed them only, turn your head. Ask people of good sense if you would know the effect of your fine insolence.
Finishing his macaron.
Enormous.
The Cardinal.
Radiant.
The Cardinal was there?
Must have thought it.
Original, i' faith.
But
He's an author. 'Twill not fail to please him that I should mar a brother author's play.
you make too many enemies by far.
Eating his grapes.
How many think you I have made tonight?
40, no less, not counting ladies.
Count.
Montfleury first, the bourgeois, then De Guiche, the viscount, Barreau, the academy.
Enough! I am o'erjoyed.
But these strange ways, where will they lead you at the end? Explain your system. Come.
I, in a labyrinth, was lost. Too many different paths to choose. I took,
Which?
oh, by far the simplest path, decided to be admirable in all.
Shrugging his shoulders.
So be it. But the motive of your hate to Montfleury. Come, tell me.
Rising.
This Silenus, big-bellied, coarse, still deems himself a peril, a danger to the love of lovely ladies, and while he sputters out his actor's part, makes sheep's eyes at their boxes. Goggling frog, I hate him since the evening he presumed to raise his eyes to hers. Meseemed I saw a slug crawl slavering o'er a flower's petals.
Stupefied.
How now? What? Can it be?
Laughing bitterly.
That I should love?
Changing his tone.
I love.
And may I know? You never said.
Come now, bethink you. The fond hope to be beloved, e'en by some poor graceless lady, is by this nose of mine for aye bereft me. This lengthy nose, which, go where'er I will, pokes yet a quarter mile ahead of me. But I may love, and who? 'Tis fate's decree, I love the fairest. How were it otherwise?
The fairest?
Aye, the fairest of the world, most brilliant, most refined, most golden-haired.
Who is this lady?
She's a danger mortal, all unsuspicious, full of charms unconscious, like a sweet perfumed rose, a snare of nature, within whose petals Cupid lurks in ambush. He who has seen her smile has known perfection, instilling into trifles grace's essence, divinity in every careless gesture. Not Venus itself can mount her conch blown seaward, as she can step into her chaise a porteurs, nor Dian fleet across the woods spring flowered, light as my lady o'er the stones of Paris.
Sapristi, all is clear.
As spider webs.
Your cousin, Madeleine Robin?
Roxane.
Well, but so much the better. Tell her so. She saw your triumph here this very night.
Look well at me, then tell me with what hope this vile protuberance can inspire my heart. I do not lull me with illusions. Yet at times I'm weak. In evening hours dim I enter some fair pleasance, perfume sweet, with my poor ugly devil of a nose. I scent spring's essence in the silver rays. I see some knight, a lady on his arm, and think to saunter thus neath the moonshine, I were fain to have my lady too beside. Thought soars to ecstasy. Oh, sudden fall, the shadow of my profile on the wall.
My friend.
My friend, at times 'tis hard, 'tis bitter to feel my loneliness, my own ill favor.
Taking his hand.
You weep?
No, never. Think how vilely suited adown this nose a tear its passage tracing. I never will, while of myself I'm master, let the divinity of tears, their beauty, be wedded to such common ugly grossness. Nothing more solemn than a tear, sublimer. And I would not by weeping turn to laughter the grave emotion that the tear engenders.
Never be sad. What's love? A chance of fortune.
Shaking his head.
Look I a Caesar to woo Cleopatra? A Tito to aspire to Berenice?
Your courage and your wit. The little maid who offered you refreshment even now Her eyes did not abhor you. You saw well.
Impressed.
True.
Well, how then? I saw Roxane herself was death pale as she watched the duel.
Pale?
Her heart, her fancy are already caught. Put it to the touch.
That she may mock my face, that is the one thing on this earth I fear.
Introducing someone to Cyrano.
Sir, someone asks for you.
Seeing the duenna.
God, her duenna.
Scene 6. Cyrano, Libre, the duenna. The duenna with the low bow.
I was bid ask you where a certain lady could see her valiant cousin, but in secret.
Overwhelmed.
See me?
Curtsaying.
Ay, sir. She has somewhat to tell.
Somewhat?
Still curtsaying.
Ay, private matters.
Staggering.
Ah, my God.
Tomorrow, at the early blush of dawn, we go to hear mass at St. Roch.
Leaning against Libre.
My God.
After, what place for a few minutes' speech?
Confused.
Where? My God.
Say.
I reflect.
Where?
At the pastry house of Ragueno.
Where lodges he?
The Rue, God, Saint Honore.
Going.
Good. Be you there at 7?
Without fail.
The duenna goes out. Scene 7. Cyrano, Libre, then actors, actresses, Cuige, Brisaille, Ligniere, the porter, the violinists. Falling into Libre's arms.
A rendezvous? From her?
You're sad no more.
Ah, let the world go burn. She knows I live.
Now you'll be calm, I hope?
Beside himself for joy.
Calm? I now calm? I'll be frenetic, frantic, raving mad. Oh, for an army to attack, a host. I've 10 hearts in my breast, a score of arms, no dwarfs to cleave in twain, no giants now.
For a few moments, the shadows of the actors have been moving on the stage. Whispers are heard. The rehearsal is beginning. The violinists are in their places.
Hello there! Silence! We rehearse!
We go!
He moves away. By the big door enter Cuige, Brisaille, and some officers, holding up Ligniere, who is drunk.
Cyrano.
Well, what now?
A lusty thrush they're bringing you.
Recognizing him.
Ligniere, what has chanced?
He seeks you.
He dare not go home.
Why not?
Showing him a crumpled letter.
This letter warns me that 100 men. Revenge that threatens me. That song, you know. At the Porte de Nesle. To get to my own house I must pass there. I dare not. Give me leave to sleep tonight beneath your roof. Allow
100 men? You'll sleep in your own bed.
But
in a terrible voice, showing him the lighted lantern held by the porter, who is listening curiously.
Take the lantern.
Ligniere seizes it.
Let us start. I swear that I will make your bed tonight myself.
To the officers.
Follow. Some stay behind as witnesses.
100?
Less, tonight, would be too few.
The actors and actresses, in their costumes, have come down from the stage and are listening.
But why embroil yourself?
Libre who scolds.
That worthless drunkard.
Slapping Ligniere on the shoulder.
Wherefore? For this cause, this wine barrel, this cask of Burgundy, did on a day an action full of grace. As he was leaving church, he saw his love take holy water. He, who was afeard at water's taste, ran quickly to the stoop, and drank it all to the last drop.
Indeed, that was a graceful thing.
Aye, was it not?
First actress, to the others.
But why 100 men against one poor rhymer?
March.
To the officers.
Gentlemen, when you shall see me charge, bear me no succor. None, whate'er the odds.
Second actress, jumping from the stage.
Oh, I shall come and see.
Come then.
Third actress, jumping down to an old actor.
And you?
Come all, the doctor, Isabel, Leander, come, for you shall add in a motley swarm the farce Italian to this Spanish drama.
Dancing for joy.
Bravo. A mantle, quick.
My hood.
Come on.
Play us a march, gentlemen of the band.
The violinists join the procession which is forming. They take the footlights and divide them for torches.
Brave officers. Next, women in costume, and 20 paces on,
he takes his place.
I, all alone, beneath the plume that glory lends, herself to deck my beaver, proud as Scipio. You hear me? I forbid you succor me. 1, 2, 3. Porter, open wide the doors.
The porter opens the doors. A view of old Paris in the moonlight is seen.
Ah, Paris, wrapped in night, half nebulous, the moonlight streams o'er the blue shadowed roofs, a lovely frame for this wild battle scene. Beneath the vapors floating scarves, the Seine trembles mysterious, like a magic mirror. And shortly you shall see what you shall see.
To the Porte de Nesle.
Standing on the threshold.
Aye, to the Porte de Nesle.
Turning to the actress.
Did you not ask, young lady, for what cause against this rhymer 50 men were sent?
He draws his sword.
'Twas that they knew him for a friend of mine.
He goes out. Ligniere staggers first after him, then the actresses on the officers' arms, the actors. The procession starts to the sound of the violins and in the faint light of the candles. Curtain. End of Act 1.